Chapter 17 Sky. From there, we connected on to yet another expressway. Already, since we left the hospital, about 7 hours had passed. The area had completely become a place that seemed to be out in the middle of the mountains. Straight ahead, on the sign were the words Mount Fuji Skyline. Most likely, he had already come to a place quite close. And then, that cloudless summer day was at some point becoming a deep black evening sky.
It's starting to come down.
When I looked, rain had started to fall from the dark sky.
Wait a bit, I'll bring out the top. Run.
Pulling the car to stop on the shoulder, Himko-san started to fumble around for something. And then, after waiting a while in the light drizzle,
It has a roof. Well, it's not an amazing one.
as she answered and closed the left and right windows, the Roadster became like a perfectly normal car. Until now, it had been a mystery as to what was done when it rained, but it apparently took on this form. Once again, the Unos drove off. The rain had truly begun to come down and obscured the road with pure white. The thick black rain clouds, even though it was still before evening, made it dark enough to let one believe it was night. At the cold sensation striking my head, I looked up at the roof. There were a number of drops dripping down.
Sorry, this thing's beat up after all.
And just like the words meant, the dripping leak started. Looking at how the rain falling outside the window, it didn't look like it was off for some time.
Let's do me. Put this on your head. Run.
What I was given was a large towel, and as I was told, I put it on top of my head.
And Himko-san's? I'm fine. Besides, I think it's going to stop soon. Not. Then I'm fine too.
You probably wouldn't say it out loud, but this might have been the only towel. And even if she were worried that I would get wet, at the least, I was more worried about Himko-san herself. That's why I tried to give my towel to Himko-san. When I did,
Stop. Let's do me.
this was different from her usual way of speaking. This was this very strict expression that she showed occasionally.
But then Himko-san would. It's okay. I'm fine with getting wet. But however, makes it seem just a card and I won't have it.
Makes it through me? But who was she talking to, I wonder? Now it came down harder, the August rain. For some reason, it was excessively cold and still didn't seem like letting up.
Don't look down on me, alright? I'm not wearing this outfit just for show.
As if talking to herself, Himko-san muttered. I had a feeling that didn't mean physically not getting wet, but instead some different meaning. Thrown up spray, the Roadster continued running. Under the endless black sky, it now went from an ordinary road onto the Mount Fuji skyline.
If you feel cold, just say, okay? I'm fine.
With the towel still on my head, I answered Himiko-san as she got wet from the leaks. It'd be better if we took shelter somewhere. Even such an obvious suggestion somehow faltered in the atmosphere. Gripping the wheel was a Himiko-san that was different from usual. It was the first time I've seen a Himiko-san without pajamas. We continued driving, at some point when the rain had completely stopped. If you looked, there was even the face of a large moon out in the sky.
Soon we'll arrive at Miyaguchi.
With those words, we went from a narrow mountain road onto a suddenly open area. Finally, the Uno stopped. Looking around, there were signs for the fifth station car park. During this season, I had heard there were many mountain climbers. Perhaps it was the time and because the weather had been bad, but the area had very few cars around. The door opened and then closed with a slam.
Here, canned oolong. It's warm. Thank you.
With a tea brought from a vending machine in hand, the two of us ate what remained of the packed lunch.
Even cold, it's delicious.
In the end, it seemed that we were spending the night here. But when we set off, he had said that this was our destination. Did Himiko-san plan on going even higher up?
Still planning on going up? Well, I don't know.
While holding a croquette in hand, Himiko-san gave a vague answer. Certainly, up until here, we were able to come by car. According to the car park sign, altitude was already 2,400 meters. But from here on there were only mountain climbing trails. Even if we weren't planning on heading all the way to the summit, Himiko-san, a resident of the 7th floor, couldn't be thought of being able to climb up a mountain path. And if, even then, she said that she was aiming for higher, couldn't I hold her back? There was another click, then slam. Suddenly, opening the door, Himiko-san stepped out the car. Just as I was thinking about such things, I also hurried out of the car. When I looked, she was right by the car, looking up at the night sky that had just stopped raining. I was a bit surprised. I had thought that she might have started climbing without saying a thing. Then, perhaps getting at my unease, Himiko-san began to speak.
Oh, right. Once before. I said I wanted a friend from just a different age group, right?
Certainly, before the pineapple tree, it had been the first thing that she had wanted to try.
That was maybe a bit of a lie. A lie? Truth is, wanting being of a different age group, because it was you, might be why I wanted to become friends.
The Himiko-san spoke somehow seriously about what I had also somewhat vaguely noticed.
That reason was... that's a difficult question, but to put it bluntly, just a good feeling maybe, like it rang a bell.
That was also something I feel I understood. was close to the feeling I answered Chihiro-san with. And then before, when asked whether she was seeing someone else in me, I was told that half of it was exactly that. Then, the remaining half without reason that had been left a secret or at the time, could this be it?
Hey, Hesmiyu, can I ask you a question? If a person very close to you was gradually getting weaker, would you want to be nearby the whole time watching that? Or rather, at the time you didn't know, they died before you realised. Would you want that?
I thought about the meaning of the question, and after thinking seriously in my own way,
I don't know.
those were my true feelings.
I think I would want to always be by their side. But if I were in a position of leaving, the opposite. By my side, I don't want anyone. That's inconsistent. Exactly. Those leaving and those left behind never will the two meet.
Even if I could bear my own pain, I couldn't bear another's. You wanted to say that perhaps? Then, Chihiro-san and a best friend we met at the beach, avoiding them. Then why was I here in this place? Why was I chosen, I wonder? Did Himiko-san want to say that if it was me, then she would be fine?
This is, you see, as I fall into the hole, something that I first realised. However, no matter how much I shout that it's because there is a hole here, the voices of those who have fallen into the hole can't reach those walking on the surface.
That was the reason? Then, did she want to say that because I had also fallen into the hole, her voice would reach me?
You're different. Eh? You're still in the process of falling. There's a chance that you will climb back up. But, and when it's impossible, that's something everyone has to think for themselves.
Then, circumstances now were all the result of Himiko-san's thoughts. After falling into the hole, stopping prayers, and maybe turning them into curses.
Really, Betrayal was lucky, wasn't he? He could go with his beloved Nello, together, to heaven after all. And Nello also wouldn't be lonely.
Even though I was a professor, I couldn't give an answer. At such a time, if I were a real professor, a doctor of the church, like Augustine or Jerome,
I probably could have answered with something. Then, just tell me this. God is... where? Huh? It's like you didn't hear, even though I prayed in the church.
but where was God? At that question, my mouth sealed.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I see. Professor Onisan doesn't know either.
Then, raising herself from the bed and facing the window,
I guess he's above the sky.
while speaking, she looked up at the sky, looking up from a window that could only open 15 centimeters at the lightning pre-dawn sky.
Hey, Oni-san. I want to go to the roof. The roof? The place from even just a little higher place. Maybe I will be heard, right? By God. But I can't? No, you can't. Alright.
Supporting the girl, we headed to the roof. Normally, this place was one where patients couldn't go, were not allowed to go. However, at this time, for me, Willie Alois, who was unable to do anything other than buy ice cream, or the powerless professor, who couldn't answer with anything. There was nothing else that I could do. The blue-purple pre-dawn sky was turning into the light of day. A bleak place where no one could be seen. Once in a while, from the blowing wind, a fence that was taller than the ceiling of the 7th floor rattled.
This place feels nice, doesn't it?
She spoke as she whispered to herself, and from her pocket she took out the rosary. That was what I had once given to her as a present.
Without this, it won't become magic, right?
And then, quietly bring her hands together, facing where the sun would rise, she spoke.
Hallowed be thy name, and lead us not into temptation.
This too was what I had taught her before, a number of parts from the Lord's Prayer. However, for this girl, she didn't even know the meaning to the words. Simply words for salvation. As nothing other than magic, that was all she thought of them.
Oni-san, do you think I was heard now? But
At those words, nodding or even affirming was beyond me. I just could do nothing but remain silent. It's useless. Perhaps I should have said that. Or perhaps I should have spoken of atonement. Or perhaps I should have said, I haven't lived 8 years. Be thankful to God.
Oni-san, pray with me.
At those words, I silently nodded. Could do nothing but nod. Then, just like the girl who still continued to pray, to that high sky I offered a prayer. The remaining night air, the brightening sky, the cicadas that started to call, common, everyday things of summer. From the 7th floor's rooftop, I prayed only for the girl. Always, half had been used for forgiving myself, but now, gathering all of it, I prayed only for the girl. Definitely supposed to be listening somewhere. Towards that God, I prayed. I suddenly started to sob. For some reason, tears came.
Why are you crying? It's fine. Crying. At a time like this, it's okay to cry. Those were whose words? Lord Jesus?
No. Those were my own. Those were my words. If I were a saint, if my words were not simply for comfort, nor a charm, if they were real magic,
then now a miracle would happen.
those leaving and those left behind. No matter how much of a best friend, arrows could not become trash. I learned of my own powerlessness. Was that a dream? Dawn came to Mount Fuji 5th station. We got out of the car and took some big stretches.
Hey, Hesmiyu. Where do you think he is? What's this all of a sudden? God and the like. But I don't know. You're the specialist, aren't you? Indeed, I was, wasn't I?
And then, after a bit of thinking,
I suppose over there?
as he spoke, she looked up at the sky. The pure blue summer sky stretched on forever.
Yeah, it might be that if you're not closer, it can't be heard.
You're saying that? Himiko-san started walking towards the climbing path. I had sensed the possibility, but already, that act itself was the same as suicide.
You're serious? Not. It's forbidden, isn't it? For Catholics? Formers have nothing to do with that.
And then, stopping her walking feet and turning around.
Sorry, Satsumi. There's a few things I won't be satisfied until I say them. Say? To whom? Isn't it obvious? To that so-called God. Some complaints.
Complaints? To God? Was he serious?
Is this the final one? Yes, this is the final one.
With just that answer, Himiko-san began walking towards the climbing path. Right now, I could be stopping her. Or perhaps I should be giving her back a push. Because I didn't know which. Just being by her side was all I could do. The sun had come right above, and unheeding of the altitude, the cicadas noisily cried.
This is harder than I thought.
We continued on the climbing path. Walk a bit, then rest. Walk a bit, then rest. Just repeating that. Occasionally, other mountain climbers would quickly pass us by while we slowly went upwards to the high place that Himiko-san aimed for. Now it was some 2 hours in, and we're making to leave the new 6th station.
Are you alright? Not particularly alright.
Just as the words meant, the panting was furious. Even when the food and drinks that we bought at the shop were being carried by me, it probably didn't need saying, but Himiko-san was a resident of the 7th floor. No matter how healthy she looked, no matter that she didn't need a wheelchair, that was because of her age. Her condition's progression had simply been early. Even without doing anything, there was no mistake that she was within reach of death.
What is that face? If you got something to say it straight. Let's go back. But say it with more force. Huh? If that's what you want, say go back and order me. But go back. Dots. Yeah, it looks like I can't obey.
And then, once again, her feet move to ascend. Right now. I wonder what I should do. Unable to pull her back, was I unable to be there, helplessly watching?
Dots. Then I'll push you.
That was why I pushed Himika-san's back. So, as to not lose to the steep slope, so as to make it even just a bit easier. In my own way, this was all I could do.
Stop, see me. No. If you get sick too, what would that do? It's not that I want that. Then, let's go back. That's...
This exchange we repeat over and over. While slowly, Himika-san climbed up. Eventually, when those feet stopped, that was the time that I feared. At that time, just what should I do? Nearing the end. I hope you found this episode interesting. That's it for this time. I'm Hesmiyu. Goodbye.